Hi Virgo, and welcome to your Spirit Guide messages for January 2019. I'm going to start your reading off by pulling one card here to look at what message your Spirit Guide wants you to focus on the very most in January. So let's see what comes out, Virgo. Ooh, they're kind of jumping. Okay. So we've got spontaneous and intuitive creation. Virgo, all through January, Spirit is saying, listen to your intuition, pay attention to signs and synchronicities. You're being given a lot of information, and I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So when it comes to my YouTube channel, I like to keep things fresh, and I like to change things up, and I don't really think about it though. I just know that's my intention, to always be doing new things, trying new things, new decks, new setup, keep things fresh, keep things moving. Well, if I ever try to think about it too hard, I have no ideas and it just doesn't flow. But when I make it my intention that I want to keep things that way for my channel, the universe just gives me ideas left and right. I am not lying to you. And sometimes so much so that I'm like, this is too much. I could never do all of this in 1 month. And now I've started coming into the recognition that those ideas were given to me at a specific time, but they're not all for just that moment. It's different things that are unfolding for me as the time passes. So, Virgo, that is the same energy for you. You are getting a lot of creative ideas, and I think you're disregarding them because you're like, I could never do that, or that's silly, or, something along those lines. And instead of taking that approach, you should really kind of keep a little notebook or something throughout January of all the signs and synchronicities coming your way, everything that's repetitive, coincidence, just little creative ideas and thoughts you come up with. Write them all down, because Spirit is trying to give you something, whether this is your next idea to be unique and put yourself out there and stand out, or this is giving you information about questions you've been asking about a situation in your life or spirituality, just whatever it is. You are being given a lot of messages throughout January, through your reality, your everyday, the people you interact with every day, shows you watch, music you hear, emails you receive, texts. You're just going to see a lot of repeating everything. Write it down. Whatever's repeating, write it down, and don't have a second thought about it. Just write it down. Think of yourself as the observer through the month of January, the observer of your life, and it's a game between you and the universe is leaving you clues to solve a puzzle. However, you have to get all your clues first, which, this is the reading for January, so you're going to be collecting clues all throughout January, and things are going to start making sense on some level in January, but for others, you're going to see later throughout the year all these ideas, all this information, because some of the things that are going to come to you are about experiences and situations that haven't even happened yet. Okay? It's just like this plethora, this variety, this whole bag of different information coming to Virgo from their guides in the month of January. So much so that it will overwhelm you, or you won't really understand. It will just feel like randomness to you. That's why I'm saying write it all down, because you'll see a pattern, you'll see the story, you'll see the clarity, the solution, the creative idea that's going to make you explode, whatever it is for you, Virgo. You're being given it through the month of January by your guides. So open up all of your senses, observe without any sort of defining. Just write stuff down. If you keep seeing 333 all month long and it's like haunting you almost, Don't even think about what it means. Just write it down every single time you see it, okay? Because a story is being told, a picture's being drawn through all of this. So if you just focus on one little synchronicity and try to get hung up on what does this mean, you'll never get there. You have to have the whole picture. So please document everything, your dreams even. It's just all this information coming at Virgo. So let's pull some more cards and get more information, Virgo. All right, so here's the artwork for your card, and it is Gate 61, Inner Truth. The awareness of universal underlying principles. The pressure to know the absolute truth, the mysteries of life, and to resolve the individual tension to know. Mystery, the potential of inner truth is silence. Oh my gosh, Virgo, tell me after everything I just said, universe didn't just call it with this card, saying, quiet the mind, Virgo. Don't try to define anything. It's a mystery. We're in a game of Clue in the month of January. The potential of inner truth is silence. Don't define. Just collect your clues, collect your data, and eventually, Virgo, it's going to start making, you're going to start seeing the picture, or the story is going to just start popping out at you. You'll understand. Oh my God, that is just too good. Too good. I love when Spirit does that. Oh, so good. All right, Virgo, let's pull more cards. Oh, wow. Okay, you get 4 or 5. Oh, okay. Well, this is the one that was sitting upright. The rest, or I'm sorry, was face down. The rest were upright. So, karma. Virgo, with this being karma, I really feel like this has a lot to do with connecting the dots between every choice that you've made, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. But more than that, also you see that in others, how you're seeing their own energy return to them and play out in their life. All right? So this is actually really deep. You are being the observer because the universe is really showing you how the dots connect, not just in your life, but in the lives of others. And deep, like the energy, how the energy works, and how does the energy get lined up? Well, through thoughts, emotion, and action, right? And you're just going to see the whole picture, Virgo. And what's that picture leading you to? New beginnings. Proposal, which is new offers, new opportunities, new romance, improvements to romance. Heaven, for some of you, this is really opening up to your spiritual gifts, especially those of you who are mediums. If you're already quite developed, get ready for the next level, Virgo, because you know it's never ending. And if you're being really stretched and you typically always know what's up, and this is Spirit saying, nope, your antenna is not going to properly work through January because you're upgrading. So it's time to just collect data the old-fashioned way, and then take a look, because it's this upgrade that's happening to you, okay? And for everybody else, this is a lot of spiritual and divine guidance, which I said there's so much coming at you. I'm not surprised. And with courage, like, it's going to take a lot of, you know, courage and stamina and endurance on your part to just be the observer, collecting the clues and not analyzing or trying to think that you know, or trying to intuit the message or the outcome. It's not going to work like that. There's so much going on here, Virgo. This is a spiritual lesson for growth, but also we're going into new beginnings. Sorry, I'm just going to put the dice right there, and I want to make sure you guys can see them. And so you were only supposed to get 1, but you got 5 cards here, and 5 is the number of challenge and change. So Virgo, it's going to take a lot for you to just collect the facts and clues throughout January without trying to decide or think that you know, because chances are what it looks like initially isn't what it is. And that's why Spirit's saying this is a spiritual lesson as well, because you're going to grow and expand and kind of go dimensional, see people, situations, circumstances in a more dimensional way rather than flat and linear. Okay, so let's pull the spirit dice. Let's pull the tarot dice and see what's gonna come out for you on top of that. So let's see. All right, that was 5. All right, Virgo. Oh, okay, look at that. Tower, yeah. What the picture that you think, it's not that. That's why Spirit's saying collect your data. Don't assume, don't try to intuit it, nothing. Just collect the clues. You are a detective in the month of January. This is the Tower right here. You might be in for a shock, Virgo. Let's see, this is the 6 of Wands. Yeah, there's some news coming your way, a swift change, lots of things coming to light. But this is all for the good, Virgo. And also, I kind of feel like these wands are more indicative of the clues and synchronicities and signs and coincidences that Spirit is going to be bestowing upon you. There's like 6 main things that will repeat over and over and over. So seriously, let no stone go unturned. Let no detail be missed. Document as much as you can, even if it seems insignificant. If it happens to you more than 3 times, or 3 or more times, you know that that is Spirit, okay? And let's see, this would be 6, 7, 8. No, that's the 10 of Swords. Wow. 10 of Swords, Virgo, something's coming to an end, seeing the light. But this is the release of heavy, challenging energy. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Yep, heavy, challenging energy. And lastly, awesome, we end with the Justice card, which justice is karma, right? So Virgo, there is something in your life, a situation, a relationship, a circumstance, a way of thinking, a way of being. There is something in your life that is outdated. You've outgrown it. It no longer serves you, or it's a very deceptive energy that has been tricking you. And now here's January, and for whatever reason, just depending on your personal life journey, it's time to see the truth about the person, about the situation, about yourself. But this isn't just some like quick small answer. This is a big picture, a long story. That's why it's going to take some time to gather all the information for you to really get it, really understand. And whatever this is about, Virgo, I can see 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, very heavy energy, very hurtful, challenging, lots of struggle. But here's the Tower, the shock, the change, the, big earthquake to change all of that, balancing the scales, the karma. So you're learning, you're going to see how all the dots connect, Virgo. This is actually a really powerful reading. You and Leo probably have gotten the most powerful readings of everybody so far, and I only have 2 more after you, Virgo. So let's pull you guys some advice. And that just looks like a chess piece to me. So Virgo, it's like in order to make your next move in the game of life, the game of a situation, of a relationship, you've got to observe, you've got to collect those clues and wait to see the whole picture. If you jump the gun, you're going to be wrong, okay? All right, so, look at that advice. Change. Leap forward and dare to make that change. There will be sacrifices and roadblocks, but you are protected. It will be an imminent move. What is stale and depressed will be revitalized with new energy. So what stands out the most, it is an imminent move. We are just talking about the chess piece. It's your move, Virgo, and boom, here it is. The reason why we need to be in this assessment mode is because we've got to change our strategy or the way we've been going about it. And again, this is a different area of your life for each and every one of you, but it's time for change. And those of you getting the spiritual upgrade, it's time. Like you've got to do this. You've got to go through the process of breaking out of your old skin and reaching into the unknown and believing there's a higher level than where you're at. It's time to go about things much differently. But before we can make our move, we've got to collect the data so that we make the right move. Otherwise, it's just like a repeat, and I don't think you want to repeat. So let's pull one final card, Virgo. All right, so here's the artwork on this card, and you guys have a purity card, so there's some purge that may need to happen, and this is pure understanding. Oh my gosh. After everything we just talked about, right? Like, you got to collect clues so you see the whole picture, and one of your advice is pure understanding. You got 5 of these cards, which is all about challenge and change, and you got, this is card number 5, and change. So, oh my gosh, it's just one synchronicity after another in this reading, Virgo. The stillness of the heart reflects heaven on earth. You got heaven right there. Oh my goodness. As truth unfolds with no strings attached, the heart becomes simple and pure. When you take away the personal stories and fears created by the mind and strip away the toxic emotions of anger, self-doubt, and frustration, you can look at what's happening quite simply as it is. Oh my gosh. Virgo, everything I said was wrapped up in your 2 advice cards, okay? That is just so good. There are so many signs and synchronicities in this reading. Collect the clues, Virgo. We're balancing karma. It's time to shift. It's time to elevate. It's time to upgrade. And it's time to change the way we go about something. All right, but we've got to collect all the clues first before we try to even make up our mind, because it's not what you think. All right, you've got to collect all the evidence, all the clues, all the signs, synchronicities, coincidences from the universe. And it's just, I feel like such a opposite of what you were expecting, but it's good. It's karma's balancing for you, bringing you to a new beginning, which is much happier. All right, Virgo. So those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.